Hello and welcome to this episode of CPSChats. I'm Audrey Roloff. Today, I will be interviewing Sifa Bihomora, the lead vocalist of her band, Sifa. Thank you so much for coming into the studio.
No problem. I'm happy to be here.
So I just wanted to ask you a few questions to dive into your band and just get to know you a little bit better. So what is your inspiration behind your music?
So one of the biggest inspirations behind me even doing music and me learning about music was my mom. When I was a kid, she would sing to me as a child, and the way that she sang and the way that I could tell music was connecting with her made me love music, and it showed me how much music can change your mood. It can change your outlook on life. It can change anything with music. So I was like, music legit you could do so much with music. So I was like, I love music, and I learned that all through my mom.
And to be so good with your band and so in sync, like how much time do you have to dedicate to practicing?
So I meet once a week just to make music, and then I meet with my band just to practice and figure out stuff. And then if we have gigs and stuff coming up, we'll probably meet like 2 times a week, but we meet at least once a week. And then I meet with my producer Parker Costello, and we make music at least once a week. So it's a long process, and there's a lot of hours involved in it, but the work and like the doing it all pays off in the end. So it's like you don't really feel like you're taking that much time.
And like, how do you guys just come up with different songs on the spot that sound like they're rehearsed?
For when we're doing it, it's because really the way that we work, we're all very well skilled individually. So working together and doing something that, say, we just saw and we played it a couple times, it's easy for us to just grab on, and because we have really great chemistry. And to me, that was a big thing about working with the band. It's not just playing with people and saying, call it a day. It's being able to converse and communicate, and being able to be on the same page musically can change everything.
And like, what's the best part of your original music that you guys come up with?
The best part in the process for us is like even just coming up and doing our own music, for me, is just being able to do it first of all. And then the way that me and Parker get stuff done is just very refreshing. Before, I didn't really have anybody to give me the tools that I needed to make the music that I wanted. So even just having the opportunity to just be able to make this type of music and work with somebody on the same page is amazing. And then the way that we do it, we both kind of have a freestyle, kind of like feeling the vibe. So it's like we feel it and figure it out, and then we work. And because we both have the drive for it, we put in the work and the original music that we make, and we just keep pushing and keep pushing. And we've only been working together since June, since May maybe. And we've released 2 albums, and we're like working on our 3rd album. And it's like, because of the drive and the passion, our original music is just like boom, 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 and that's the pure joy that you get from it. You're like, I love it.
And I know you guys haven't just been producing albums, you guys have been going around Columbia and performing, and so I was just wondering, like, how do you get connected to different areas that you can perform in, and like, how do you get gigs for your band?
Networking constantly, going out and talking to people and meeting with people. I just went to other gigs with other people's gigs, and I talked to them, and I was like, oh, this is what you're doing, this is what I'm doing. And then, give your card out, have a card, have a website, have a way for people to see what you're doing and be like, oh, okay. And it will take time, but people will eventually figure out what you're doing and being like, oh, okay. I went to a jazz jam at Cafe Berlin. They have one every month, and that's how I even got connected. I was just going there. It was like it was an open jam. So I just went, I would go, they see me, and they're like, oh, we want you to play at our place. So just going and pushing through and making connections and going to other people's shows and doing all these stuff that seem little but have really big impacts on you making connections and getting gigs and doing all these things.
And so, like, what are some new collaborations you guys are working on, and are you ever gonna like collaborate with an outside source, like another band or something like that?
Absolutely, that's exactly that's the goal. To work with as much artists as we can in Columbia would be fabulous. Right now, we're just figuring out how to get our whole thing situated, and we're working with some other artists on some songs, but we're just, our third album is gonna be, it's gonna be pretty cool. So we're gonna have some people on that. It's gonna be really interesting. But even just using the people in Columbia is to our advantage. I feel like everyone here that I know who's trying to make music and art are just trying to do it with their heart. So just working with as much people as possible is amazing, and we're reaching out and trying to figure out how to do it and how's the best way to do it, because everything is a learning process, and that's what you learn through this whole thing, and that's what we've learned. It's that you don't know what you don't know until you get in that situation.
And how are you guys getting your music out? Like, are your albums on iTunes or Spotify or anything like that if people are interested in listening to your music? Or like, how can they purchase your music, anything like that?
Yeah, so we have our music all on SoundCloud. So you just go to Sifa Bihomora, and if you search that on SoundCloud, you'll find it. And then I have CDs that I'm selling, so if you follow me on Instagram and DM me, I can get you a CD. And we have some at Vinyl Renaissance. And so if you want to stop there and get some, they might have a couple. But we're trying to expand how people can get it, but we're starting, and it's a big adventure that we're on, and it's really exciting. You learn so much.
And so overall, what is your favorite part of Sifa right now?
My favorite part about my band and everything is just how well we can communicate, and how much we've grown in this short period of time. So that just tells me we're gonna grow even more. And it's just a great opportunity. We're all very just blessed kids who have the opportunity to play out and to have people to play with, because you can have everything, like all your stuff together, but if you don't have other people, it's really hard. So being able to find the people and find the resources and the time is really just a blessing. And that, to me, that's the real win that we've got, that we have the time and everybody has the drive and they're putting it aside and they care so much about it. It's really a blessing.
And thank you so much again for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. Now, here is a closer look at Sifa and her band, Sifa.
Musical talent in Columbia, Missouri never seems to disappoint, and with the collaboration of different styles of music, new bands are formed. Sifa Bihomora, a young musician in Columbia, is changing the game with her new band, Sifa.
Sifa, it's funk, soul, R&B, a little jazz, a little everything just melted in one pot, and just some kids trying to make some good music.
Sifa is already on a roll and have been performing at gigs around town. Every member of the band is excited about this success and have high hopes for the future.
Right now we're kind of in the club circuit of Columbia. We've played Cafe Berlin, Vinyl Renaissance. We're working on getting into Rose Music Hall. If we could pull off the Blue Note, that would definitely be sweet. But right now we're really working on making the club, know who we are, building relations, kind of getting our name out.
Sifa is different from other bands and mixes all types of music together. This sets the band apart from others and impresses those that see them.
Funk. I love me some funk. I like to get a little funky. And I love just jazz's, the format and how unstable it is. I just really like that. And I like to bring in hip hop and some new stuff mixed in with some of that old stuff to change it. You know what I'm saying?
The best part of the band is the bond that each member has with one another, which can make an experience like this special.
My favorite part is in between songs, when we just start messing around and all of a sudden we create a new song. Because I've never really made music before. I've just done covers, and with these people, you can't do that. They force you to make up songs.
Sifa has a unique personality that warms other people's hearts. With her positive attitude, the band thrives even more.
Just her energy and how memorable she is. And she's so positive all the time, and she pushes you to be the best that you can be. She's incredibly creative. She can freestyle really well, which is pretty awesome.
Overall, Sifa is a promising band that has high potential and shows how anything is possible with hard work and talent.
Thank you for watching this episode of CPS Chats. I'm Audrey Roloff, and we'll see you next time.